Okay. We got a fantastic show for you tonight. Lorenzo Sanford will be here tonight. Musician, astrologer, teacher, and author of the book called The Beautiful Logic of Astrology. Don't forget December the 26th, Sunday, December the 26th at 8 p.m. We got Paris Williams going to be here, celebrity soap maker and CEO of PW Collection. Don't forget about my partner in Vibes. They will be here today also. Sensei Sherly and Sister NuJurney. And remember, if you want health insurance, make sure you get your health insurance. If you live in the New York State, tri-state area, you know what it is. Contact Sister Sherly. Contact Sister Sherly at the email you see on there. If you're looking for health insurance, make sure you contact her, sherlystc at Gmail. Those in the Stone Mountain area, yes, I'm bringing it to you in 2022. I'm bringing it to you in 2022. Health, metaphysics, and wealth information coming up here in the mountains, honoring the ancestors of the land. You know how we do. King Simon bringing New York to Georgia, baby. You know how we do. Don't forget at Nicholas, Brooklyn, you know, on Saturday, January the 15th, my dear friend Parrish and Monique is doing a big botanical soap making so you can produce your own soaps for your own business. Look how beautiful those soaps are. Look at them. They look like food. Oh, my goodness. From 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., do not miss a beat. Or 6:30 to 9 p.m., you know how we do. Big up to Better Health Shop. That's right. Better Health Shop got some better health for ya. All you have to do is go to their website on Etsy. That's betterhealthshop.etsy.com. They got burdock root. They got monatomic gold, monatomic silver. Go check out their website and you'll find out what they got. Or you can do a consultation with them by calling them at 1-800-820-7822. That's 820-7822. And don't forget that 100, baby. I'm telling you. All right. So, and of course, if you are looking for some noise editing services, you can contact this beautiful sister, Suzie Script. That's right. Suzie Script got it for you. If you're an author, a journalist, a blogger, and you need some editing done before you put that book out or that blog out, contact Suzie Script at 914-361-9467. That's 361-9467. And don't forget the 914. Big up to Pedal Wise. Ladies, if you're suffering from fibroids and all that type of stuff and all the internal stuff, this sister got great testimonials on her website. Go to pedalwise.com. That's pedalwise.com. Get that 10% off discount and tell them King Simon sent you. And of course, the coupon code is King2021. Just tell them King Simon sent you. Also, my partner in Vibe, my good brother, one of my teachers, the one, the only, Lloyd Strayhorn. Make sure you go to his website for his classes. The beginner's class, the intermediate class, all his books, and of course, his newsletter. Make sure you show him some love. Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. That's Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. If you are looking for real estate throughout the New York State area, upstate, downstate, New Jersey, Connecticut, or up and down the East Coast, Janelle Lewis can help you out. She'll do a consultation with you if you want to. 347-866-1153. That's 347-866-1153. And tell them that King Simon sent you and the crew. Also, don't forget, you want to take my Numerovation course. If you want to get the full course meal, you have to come through me. But if you want that 3-course meal, that 3-part meal, you can get it through my website through Udemy when it goes up. All right. Thank you, Jackie Levine, for helping me with that. Those who want to get my book, remember, you can purchase all my books through Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator. That's King Simon the Numerovator. Linktree, it sends you straight to the Amazon link, but you'll find all the links through my Linktree. All right. And if you want to do a Numerovation session with me, please text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. Remember, I do have a long waiting list going into January. I'm like in the second week of January already, going into the third. But if you remember, first pay, first serve. So I put you on the list as soon as you are ready. Do what you got to do when you text me. All right. And don't forget the content disclaimer. Always a content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Also, disclaimer, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Yeah. How you doing? How y'all doing out there? Your brother King Simon is in the mother flipping building. You didn't know? Well, let my audience tell you, all right? They're going to have to tell you now. They're going to have to tell you that I am here. They're going to have to tell you that I am here. I am here. I am here. I said, turn up, turn up, turn up. I want my audience to turn them up. Turn up. All right, everybody, just share, like, and do what you like. Just want to remind everybody, this is what we're supposed to do. If you want to be a part of the K.S.P. TV crew, this is what you got to do. You got to like, thumb up, and share this video because we're going to talk about astrology. We're going to talk about music. So if you got a musician inside of you, I'm not talking about no duppy or no gorse. I'm talking about that energy, that Astrologic, those numbers are talking about your musical inclination in some form or fashion. I'm telling your family, make sure you tune in tonight. Please like, thumb up, and share the video. And I want to remind all the trolls, I always like to talk to you trolls because sometimes y'all trolls get on my goddamn nerve, but it's all right. I learned to move on and heal. Remember, respectfully, this is a troll-free zone. So trolls, please take a stroll somewhere else. I will block you and put you in a block party. I used to like block parties back in the day. We used to be able to party and throw all the old school music on, but now block parties are sensitive. You got to throw people into block parties now. You can't invite them to block parties. So it is what it is. And if you are feeling happy and you know it, clap your hand. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hand. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, send Cash App or PayPal and keep it moving because we're going to have a good time tonight. I just want to make y'all know that I am also broadcasting on Facebook. I'm also broadcasting on the Ministry of Numerovation. So make sure you can go to those particular channels and get that, watch that also. And of course, tonight we got a special show because this brother has his website here. The website is Astrologic.com. If you want to book a session with him and all of that, that's where you can go to his website. We're going to be playing some of his music before he comes on and talk about the brother. I know he has a long, extensive, I got his book, so, I'd be supporting people. I got his book here. So it's called The Beautiful Logic of Astrology. So we're going to be definitely talking about that tonight, because our brother will be coming up at 7:00 today. So it is, and this is someone that I met at in Atlanta, in Georgia, in regards to coming to one of Lloyd's events. Lloyd Strayhorn was doing a lecture out here, and the brother Lorenzo was definitely in the building. So So we're going to touch on a few things definitely with his music, because all of his music can be bought on Spotify. That's right. His music can be found on Spotify and Apple Music. And of course, this album that he got coming, that he has out already, I want to show you the album cover so you ladies and gentlemen might want to get it. And it's called Ain't No Rules to Love. That's right. There ain't no rules to love. You know, all is fair in love and war. That's what they said. Featuring Tony Hightower and Natasha Brown. Natasha Brown. What's up, Natasha Brown? That's my last name too, girl. One of my last names. It is what it is. So let's see who's out there. Who's in the building? What's up, y'all? What's up, Sequoia? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? To all the great people that's out there. Black Ace in the building, of course. They tuning in. Like I said, share, like, and let's do what we like to do, and that's spread love. We're going to be spreading love tonight. Thumb up the video, like up the video, and I've had a great day. Today happens to be one of our dear scholars and doctors, the one, the only Chancellor Williams' birthday is today. Chancellor Williams' birthday is today. He's born December the 22nd. If you don't know who Chancellor Williams is, he is the author of Destruction of Black Civilization. Very good book to have in your archive if you want to find out some real interesting history about our connection with the invaders and how we was warring with them on a continual basis. So he laid down the law and dropped the knowledge about it, and that was always a good thing. And you know, I have that book, but it's not on my shelf because, like, again, I moved. And last time, when y'all know me now, when I was in New York, you see my shelves with all kinds of books, guys, but it's all packed up still because it's not even enough room. But it is what it is. So we're expecting my two co-hosts. Well, at least one of them is going to pop in and do what I got to do and make sure everything is well. Big up to those people in the ATL. Big up to all of you out there that's tuning in. Again, share, because sharing is caring. Sharing is absolutely caring. I see our guests in the background, but I'm waiting for one of my co-hosts to come in, but they haven't come in yet. But again, family, we just want to remind everyone that tonight is the night we're going to share music and astrology with you. And of course, coming from the beautiful logic of astrology, the brother wrote a great book. And I was able to purchase it when we was at Tassili's event, backyard or back event a few months ago. And he purchased my book. So we support each other. And then, of course, this coming Sunday, December the 26th in Jamaica, we call it Boxing Day because after Christmas, everybody wants to throw out the boxes them. So we call it Boxing Day. And I have celebrity soap maker. Now, this girl got shouted out by one of the Kardashians, man. And she's one of our very own. She used to work for me at one time, and then she went to Nicholas. You know, I introduced her to Nicholas, and she's the CEO of PW Collections on Instagram. She's PW Collections LLC. And she's going to show people how to make soaps look as beautiful as this on. Look at this. Look at this soap that she has here. Don't it look like some cake? Yes, it looked like a strawberry shortcake or something. That's how she shows people how to make soaps. That's why celebrities are shouting her out, because she shows people how to do it. And the class is worth it. I think it's like $100 per hour, and I think it's 3 hours, so it's $300. The class is worth it. And she brings you the molds, and she gives you all the equipment to show you how to do it. And she gives you, I think she gives you the equipment for the $300 price, if I'm not mistaken. But you could check that out on the website below. It says www.pwcollections.com/products/soap-class at Nicholas, Brooklyn. So we're going to have a great time with that. But I don't see my team coming up yet. I guess they got to get themselves together. You know how sisters are. They got to get their face together. They got to get their body together. They got to get their look together. They got to get their breath together. And we on a virtual show. I don't know how this works. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be able to just throw things on. Virtual. Yeah, I forgot. Men are different. Men are from Mars. Women are from Venus. So it's what it is. We might talk about that tonight. So, once again, family, just want to let everybody know that it's so important that you like and share the video, because that helps to build the algorithms and share it with the world. In the background, you hear my ring. So anytime somebody pass by, I can hear the ring. I'm about to turn that thing off. But please like, thumb up, and share this video, because the experience with this brother is going to be amazing. But in the meantime, before we get into who he is from an astrological perspective, let's talk about and let's play some of his music, shall we? Because the music that this brother, and before I bring him on, he sent me the music, right? And I was reluctant, because you know how YouTube can be, you know. But I found he's playing it on YouTube, so maybe they might not mess me up, you know what I'm saying, and throw me off, you know. So this music, I already got the flyer, I already had the flyer ready, and I want to let everybody know, if you want to get his music, I'm about to play it right now for y'all. It's a track. His music is on Spotify and Apple Music, featuring Tony Hightower and Natasha Brown. So without further ado, we're gonna before I bring him on, I want to play his music so y'all can hear because we're gonna talk about music first, and then gonna get into this. This is what it is. I want y'all to hear our brother drop some wisdom as we hear his music. A well-deserved round of applause, and this is from the song from the album Ain't No Rules to Love.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm feeling like a fool. Though you're gone, I'm still believing that you're the one for me. Yeah, so embarrassing how much I love you, girl. When I look in the mirror, I gotta admit I'm a better man because of you. Yeah. 'Cause there ain't no rules to love. Oh no, when you find yourself all caught up. Ain't no rules to love. When you find yourself all caught up. Give it up. 'Cause there ain't no rules to love when you're all caught up. Ain't no rules to love when you're all caught up. I don't think there's anybody in this world that can make me feel as angry as you. I'm feeling like a fool. And even though I said we're done, I can't fake the pain I'm feeling. And I wonder if the love we had can one day be our healing. Ain't no rules to love. No rules to when you love. Find yourself all caught up. Ain't no rules to love when I love you the way I do. Ain't give it up. I can't give it up. Ain't no rules, I can't help but loving you. 'Cause I'm all caught up.
Oh man, ain't no rules to love, family. Oh my goodness, love to tell you, damn right there ain't no rules to love and war. The brother that we're about to bring on, of course, is not just a musician, but he is, Lorenzo brings over 3 decades of astrology experience to help make the celestial influence clear. As testified by clients he served, his readings are accurate and shared in a friendly and caring manner. Conversation with the client service specific and insightful information, insights about inner motivations and potentials that clients can apply to their lives in a practical way. Without any further ado, we want to welcome right here on the virtual stage of King Simon Productions and present not only the musician, not only the astrologer, but a good brother that has written a book called The Beautiful Logics of Astrology, the one, the only, our brother, your brother, the one, the only, Lorenzo Sanford! My brother, how are you, son?
That is amazing, man. You have to be the most generous man on the planet. Oh my God. You are so giving. You are such a caring guy. To give yourself like that to somebody, that's just amazing.
Well,
I bow to you. I bow to you.
I don't know. I don't know if Lloyd have ever told you, brother, that I ruled the nightclubs and the live music scene in New York. I ran SOBs. I ran Urban Plaza. I was MC shows all over New York, all the major stations. So I've been on radio for many years. So that is what I do.
That's
and I get
beautiful.
on the stage, I'll make anybody, whoever it is, they gonna sound like they people gonna like, what? Who's coming out?
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's just me, brother.
Did you like the song?
Of course. Are you serious? I did. I wish I was still on radio. Because I used to play New York radio. I used to be a morning show jock, and I used to be a late night jock for Love, like a Quiet Storm type jock. So back in the day on different radio stations, I was different parts of these radio stations at certain times, and one of my jednas, I won't call them mentors because I know where that history come from, but jednas, which is an Ethiopian word for accountable guide and teacher, was Frankie Crocker and Vaughn Harper. Those were,
right.
As a matter of fact, I used to go to Vaughn Harper's house because my cousin brought me to his house when I was young. So yeah, that deep, quiet storm voice, I was able to get there and do what I got to do. and drop the bass. Like Lenny Green is a friend of mine too, but Lloyd's always on his show. So over there at Kiss FM. So how you been, brother? How's the family? What's going on?
Man, I couldn't be better. And I'm so thankful to be on your program. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, brother, no, that's a given, man. You're number one like me. So, we got to do number one things. It's just that you born the 19th of October. I'm born February 1st. I know what this is, brother. I know what this is.
I love it.
And first of all, very good music featuring, of course, Natasha Brown and brother Tony Hightower. Yeah, Hightower. Yes, that name sounds familiar. That Hightower name I've heard before. Yeah, Brown. That's my last name anyway.
Teresa Hightower is Tony's mother. She passed.
Oh wow! Get out of here!
Ago. Yeah,
she passed. Yeah, transition. Man, whoa, man. But Brown, I grew up with Brown. That's my last name. So the James Brown, Bobby Brown, Simon Brown. My last name is Brown. But Natasha looked like she's sounding real good, and of course Tony is sounding. Now, what group was his mother part of again?
She was out there, man. She's been out there for 30 years. She was a singer on the Atlanta scene a lot.
Yeah.
She had her own show. She performed all over the world. When she was here, she worked at the Ritz-Carlton a lot.
Oh, wow. So she was one of those, the hotels. Yes, I know. Yeah, I have friends of mine that worked throughout the ships and on boats and all that, on cruises. And that's a vigorous lifestyle, to tell you the truth, as I've heard back in the day. Even Major Hype, a guy that does a lot of Jamaican comedy, he used to be on there with his father. He used to be on the ships and the boats and all that stuff with his father. And I used to hear his stories before. But what now with music? Now you play the drums, right? Is that correct? Or you play? What else do you play?
I'm a drummer. I play this instrument behind me. Here is a marimba.
A marimba. Okay, let me see if I can push it up to the front. See if I can see. Yes. Yes.
Sounds like a vibraphone.
Yes,
but it's wooden, so it has more of an indigenous African kind of feeling to it.
Right. Who I've booked at SOBs before. Roy Ayers.
Oh yeah.
Roy Ayers has worked. I've worked with a lot of people. Put it like that. SOB, Sounds of Brazil. We did a lot. So that watching the instruments and seeing when I seen this particular photo of you in with the, because it took me back to my days in playing drums in church. We had to learn the paradiddles and all that kind of. We had to do all the different things we had to do with the drums, and had to bend our wrists and train our wrists to all kinds of stuff. Yeah, you remember? You know what I'm talking about. So when I seen that, I said, yes, all of that, and do the whole stretch. And we had to do all of these stretches back in the day. My drum teacher, our choir or drum teacher back in the day, our instrument and drum teacher, Mr. Corbett, he had us going. So, but when I seen it, it struck a tone because I know something like this is very ancient to people, a lot of people. And I work with Baba Olatunji. We used to bring him in for Kwanzaa, and he was a master percussionist and drummer, Baba Olatunji. And he told us about the heartbeat being the first drum and everything from out of Africa. And he was showing us. So when I seen that, and I said, okay, we got to talk about this. I can't just slide by that, because plus you're connected to the astrology, and you wrote your book on astrology. And like I said before we came on the show, every musician is connected to an astrology sign or numerology number. So we could understand. But how did you start in the business of music, and what triggered you to go that route into forming your own group and performing and creating even music? Please talk to the audience.
I was just called to it. It was just something that always spoke to me, and particularly drums spoke to me from the very beginning. I would always like to sit near the drummers and watch them play, and I was always just drawn to the live feel. And
yes,
I guess my grandfather played everything from Duke Ellington to Grover Washington Jr. So I had the influence of also being able to hear a lot of music. So it was just in me from the beginning. And I just took to it like proverbial duck to water.
Proverbial duck to water. I understand that. Because I grew up in quite a musical family too. So and plus, like I said, we being both of us being air signs and connected to that one energy. That's probably one of the compelling parts of it, that we like that live feel and that live energy. And that's why I eventually did intern at this live music club. And then eventually they hired me because I was so good at what I did as far as promotion and publicity. So that, and emceeing shows. So, now the journey of getting into the drums, who took you to the first drum class, or did they just buy you the drums and you self-taught yourself? How did that go?
Well, it comes apparently from both of my grandfathers, my maternal grandfather and my paternal grandfather, but I only am aware of half of it, because my paternal grandfather, my father's father, who I'm named after, I'm Lorenzo III. So my grandfather was a drummer, but I never heard him play. So
that's interesting.
I undoubtedly got something genetically, but again, not consciously, because I never heard him play. On the other hand, my maternal grandfather was an avid music fan and music lover, and he is the one who paid for the drum lessons, which started when I was 12 years old.
And I asked that question, and I want people, if you want to get in contact with this brother, he's an astrologer, musician, teacher, and author. Contact for consultation, and even about music. He can help you out with music too. You can hit him up on IG at Astrology, Astrologic Astrology, and of course spread love via Cash App at Lorenzo Sanford, and PayPal through Lorenzo Sanford at hotmail.com. Now I asked that because music has been taken out of the school system predominantly. Because I remember going to high school and junior high school, and we had music classes and all that. And, we used to hear the old theme about music soothes the savage beast and all that. And when they did pull out music in a lot of these great programs for us, we children, we started going buck wild. You know what I'm saying? We did get buck wild on the street, especially in New York and Flatbush. I started cutting school and doing all kind of bull crap, smoking weed and doing the stuff. Why is it so important, or why it was so important that introduction to you? What did it bring a certain level of calmness when you got introduced to instrument and playing music?
Absolutely. And music is something that lets you see that you can be a part of something bigger in your life. So you make a sound, and that sound is vibrating through the room. That means you're vibrating through the room too. So music will call like-minded people, like-minded souls into its own being, because it's a vibration.
Exactly. And a lot of people, and I'm sorry that they pulled out a lot of stuff, and a lot of brothers went to jail, a lot of sisters went to the pole because music wasn't there. I'm just being honest. I know, I've dealt in the party scene. I've known sisters that had some great, fabulous talent, not just singing, but either they was able to play the harp or they was able to play the piano, and or some of them was drummers. I know an excellent drummer right now in New York area, Camille. She's awesome, and she's still playing drums up to this day. But I can just imagine what happened after they've pushed that. And do you teach music classes for children or young people? Because I think you should, to tell you the truth. But do you do that yet?
I teach privately. I teach drums privately.
Good. And how's that going so far?
It's going well. I've always done it. I've never not done it.
Good.
So just a continuing of something I've always done.
No, and is now this song or this album, this your first album, or you have many more albums before that?
This is not even the whole album, but I've released 3 or 4 singles. So there's other songs out there. Hopefully the whole album comes out this year.
Good. So, but would this be your first album?
My first full length one, yes. I've done EPs before. Okay.
Now, have you worked with anybody in particular as a drummer and doing your thing? Because I know, so let me tell you, I used to be with Dr. York. I was in Dr. York's studio back in the day, and people like Birdsong was there, and Ted Mills, and the whole Manhattan. I met all of them. I met these guys back in those days because I was singing reggae, and he was the first to record me in a reggae studio back in the day. So in his studio back in the day. So did you play up any backup drums for any of the great artists out there nowadays, or are you?
The biggest person I can and will name is Stevie Wonder.
I met Stevie Wonder now. Stop playing.
Had the opportunity to play with him, but over the lifetime of being involved in music, you play on so many different areas and so many different stages. I literally one night was playing at Carnegie Hall, and then the next night I was at a bar in Auburn University in Alabama.
Yeah, that could go. That's how it could go.
Yeah, the range is
it's really
amazing.
But playing with Stevie, I gotta give that a round of applause, because that's one of my favorite artists, man. Come on, I got a lot of his albums, man. Key of Life, and all that stuff. So that's I understand. Now, what was it like playing with him?
It was amazing. It was. What can you say?
Wow.
But anytime you play with a jazz or black music master,
yes,
it's an experience that lets you never want to let go of that. And always want to do something to keep it moving forward.
Of course.
We just there was a jazz master who just passed last week. Barry Harris, who was this amazing piano teacher, and he knew the theory of our music so backwards and forwards that he would just always have people coming to get the information from him. And he just passed last week.
Wow. Condolences to his family.
At 94, I think. And so it's up to younger generations to carry on the essence and the heritage and the feeling and the determination of our music.
Right. Yeah, it's important, and because music is a part of us energetically, so it's part of our soul. And I mean, I still to this day dance, and I love to dance. And I haven't been in a club in years, but I do love to enjoy good music, whether it's reggae, R&B, hip hop, whatever. And dance with your woman and all that kind of stuff is always important to make that connection. And I'm proud of the journey that you're taking as far as producing this album. And again, give that a round of applause. The music sounds great.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Big up to Tony and Natasha, those two. How did you find and connect with those two?
Tony, I've known. Well, I used to work with his mother when she was alive.
Okay, Miss Hightower.
So I've known him since he was a kid.
Okay.
And he's an amazing vocalist. I have some other stuff coming out with him. It sounds like Take 6, and it's all him.
He's
got a great record that's coming out soon in a couple of weeks. So, my God, that young. I don't even know what to call him. I want to say so many things, but he is a super amazing, talented, kind vocalist.
Right,
so when you hear anything by Tony Hightower, go get it because it's gonna be good. He's great. He's literally great.
That I'm glad that he's continuing his work, continuing the legacy of his moms, because I know usually it's the children that's supposed to take it to the next level. My son, he's also into music. Big up to Prince Imagine, and he's taught himself all the instruments he wanted to learn. So, and I tell him, look, you might not go the same route I went, but you're gonna take it where you got to go. You know what I'm saying? and that's
absolutely.
what you're supposed to do. And if your children are on that route, on that road to music.
Absolutely. It's interesting because I have 2 girls and both of them are pursuing majors that were both my majors. One of them is an English major and the other one is a music major.
Oh, wow. Give that a round of applause.
And I was both an English major and a music major.
Oh, get out of here. Well, hey, it doesn't fall too far from the tree, that apple, right? That apple, that mango, that plum, whatever. It's not going. And I'm thankful that your young girls are doing what doing what they have to do, and I'm sure they'll be proficient at whatever they do. You gotta let them just fly and make things hobby. So now you've been an astrologer for a long time. Now, did the music came first before the astrology, of course, right?
They actually happened around the same time. The
really?
music was definitely first by maybe 2 years or so.
Right.
But I've equally been drawn to astrology all my life.
Yeah.
And except I was a closet astrologer for a long time because I have when I really came into my own with astrology, I had relocated from Los Angeles to Atlanta, Georgia, which is much more conservative than Los Angeles, California.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
And so I played music every week for churches, and that was something that was considered to be not of God. And so I couldn't reveal openly that I was a fan of this very thing that is criticized as not being of God. So I kept all of that under wraps for a long time, and then came to a turning point in my life where I just said, you know what, I'm going to let it all exist because it's all real. It's all authentic. I'm both.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
I came out and started the business and started writing the books and all of that.
Mm-hmm. Now, your book can be purchased on Amazon and through your website, correct? That's www.astrologic.astrology.com. Of course, you can go to Amazon and family. This is the book. If you didn't see it earlier, I'd love to put it up. And of course, I can put up my book just to show people that I'm not playing. I do support people. And that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You got to support each other. I had on last few days ago, I had on Henrietta Lax's grandson, and I had, I supported his book and bought that book to study and research and really delve in, because any true journalist, and that's the field I came from when I was on terrestrial radio, being a morning show host, is to research and dig. Although I was having fun, we still had to research. Those program directors kept on us to make sure we do it. Yes, go ahead.
So what do you have, a Sagittarian moon or a Sagittarian
I have a Scorpion moon, sir. Scorpion moon. Aquarius
what's
your
rising sign?
My rising sign is Pisces.
Oh.
There it is. If I send you the charts, boy, I got a lot of Pisces, a lot of Scorpio, and then I'm Aquarius sun.
There's all that. I see that though now. The Pisces rising. Okay.
Yeah. Definitely. So and I just I'm very intuitive, so I pick up on a lot of energy. So it's dreams like crazy, but getting into now, you're from a religious family. Let's go there, because I came through that whole thing, and that was vilified, of course. How was it when your family found out that you were actually doing astrology, or at least coming out as an astrologer finally?
Okay, so I have to just
let's preface it. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's break it down into two different areas. So when I spoke about being in a church, it wasn't my family. It was actually a working environment for me.
Oh, really?
I was playing drums.
Drums.
So income was coming from the church weekly.
Okay, I got that.
And being a freelance creative,
Right.
That was the only steady income I had for years and years and years.
Right.
So I wanted to make sure that I was employed, and so I didn't want to do too much to rock the boat, even though I did enough.
Of course. No, look, I get it. I get that, and being, coming out of different religious groups myself, there's a lot of stuff that you wasn't allowed to do. But it was kind of, I think because when I went into, started with the 5% and then went into the Ansar law community, there was kind of lax with the music because 5% was always the rebels and they was doing their thing from the Nation of Islam and they was doing music already. You got the Jay-Z's and the Nas and them coming out of 5%. So going into the Ansars, that they was cool because Dr. York was the musical genius there. And then when you go into Nation of Islam is another thing. And, they had Ice Cube and them coming through. So we was kind of easier than most of the quote unquote church, people that was promoted, didn't want to deal with secular music. Yeah, you can't, as secular and anything outside of the Bible. So it was quite easier. So on this journey, so you've been doing it for quite a while, and you've had quite a number of clients. In which I say, when we do sessions for people, to us those are case studies. People don't realize those are case studies to us, because I got paperwork from everybody, thousands and thousands of people. So those are case studies. So in your case studies, what have you found as far as the variation of zodiac and signs and the different planets and houses? What have you found that threw you off for some reason at any point? Because I know I was just studying something this morning about the psychopath of certain numbers. Have you found that psychopathic energy resides in certain signs and zodiac?
Well, definitely. There's everybody has a little bit of crazy in them, right?
Okay, yes, that's a good answer.
so I mean, we all do. And so astrology is symbolism for everything that exists in our human psyche. So yeah, there's symbols in the astrological system that represent the angst and the anxiety and sometimes the even psychosis that exists in people. It's all there.
Yes, it's definitely all there. Now, family, those that are just tuning in, we have our guest, Lorenzo Sanford, in the building. Our special guest, of course, astrologer, musician, teacher, and author. Contact for consultation via IG at, of course, Astrology. Of course, spread love via his Cash App. Of course, you got to pay for his consultations through Cash App and PayPal. So make sure you go to his Cash App and PayPal as $ Lorenzo Sanford. And of course, PayPal at LorenzoSanford@hotmail.com. And remember, family, you can get his books and his first book and his and of course his books of course through his website. That's www.astrologicastrology.com. And don't forget Amazon. And of course, we played his music earlier. You can go to Spotify and Apple Music, featuring of course Tony Hightower and Natasha Brown. And that's where all the products. And you got any t-shirts and stuff out there yet? You got any that going on? You need to do something with it, right? All around t-shirt with this.
We actually are thinking about doing something with the astrology signs on them.
That's a good look. That's a good look. And now explain to the quote unquote novice out there, what is astrology from a basic perspective, so people don't get caught up in what we was taught in religion, please.
It's watching the movements of the planets above us and understanding that they have vibratory energy that connects to us and then influences us.
That's simple. That's as simple. That's as simple. Now, what are the different houses? Why do they have different houses? And now, what is what's that? The disc that they make is I keep on forgetting that name. What's the disc that they make to do the charts? What do they call that?
Well, just the horoscope.
It's a ephemeris.
Oh, ephemeris. Yes, that's the planetary guide.
Now explain to the audience about the horoscopes and the zodiac, because in the newspaper what they're doing. They got the horoscopes and they got this. And explain what is the difference between the two.
Well, the horoscope is the actual chart that is made at the time of a person's birth that describes everything about their life, every facet of their life. The what was the other?
Zodiac. The zodiac.
Oh, the zodiac, right. The zodiac is the actual ring that exists above our Earth, and it's the path that the planets move through around the sun. And each of those, each section of the path is described with a different house name and a different planetary sign name. And it's through looking at the zodiac as it's imposed upon the Earth at any given time when someone is born is how we get the rising sign and the beginning of the houses.
Right. Okay.
So the zodiac is what everything is based on. The horoscope is just the chart that represents it.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm glad that you broke that down. Like I said, from those who don't understand and from a simple perspective, because people are still learning and people are still growing. Now, I remember listening to another astrologer, and he was saying that at one time, about 500 to 600 years ago, that astrology and astronomy was one and the same. They worked together. And, do you recall any of that information in your study?
Absolutely.
Okay, please explain that, please.
Well, the astrology began to be considered to be not acceptable in the world when the Roman Church decided that they would take over the African religions and all of the small religions that were all the small religious movements that were happening during that time that the Roman Catholic Church was forming itself. And so when the church put together its canon, which is the books that it decided to be most important, it also put together its philosophical foundation, which said we accept some things and other things are not acceptable. Those are heresy.
Yes.
And so astrology got cast out during that time when they were deciding what was going to be believed and what was going to be accepted and what was not. So astrology has been on the outside ever since.
Right. And a lot of people have a tendency to call it pseudo. And I always say to people, be very careful of what you call pseudo, because usually when Greece or Rome didn't understand a thing, they will call it false, pseudo. And they didn't understand a lot of African history and African studies. And even people like Dr. Ben, who's been on Lloyd's show back in the day, and I've met Dr. Clark, who I've met also, or people like Astrological, have shown you the zodiacal symbol in the temples.
Yes.
Yes. So this is an African ancient modality and practice.
Yes, and it is
scientific. So please, from your recollection and your information, what do you say to that and its connection to our great legacy?
Well, the research is out there, as you said, and so it's not hidden. It's just that you have to know that, because that's not the narrative that they're going to tell you. The narrative is always going to be the narrative that fits the European-centered worldview, the worldview from the European perspective. But we all know that Europe is not the beginning of the world, right? It's a fact.
Exactly.
It's a fact. Exactly. So just that alone, we know that life began in a certain place. And so that meant civilization too developed and thrived and flourished at a certain place in time, well before later civilizations.
Yes,
quote,
exactly.
European, unquote.
Unquote. That's right. And I wish, but it's so funny because it seems that the Europeans has usurped this science, and they've put out numerous of books on numerology and astrology and all these things. And now they have become the forerunners in this science instead of, and I got to respect certain ones. So sometimes they will direct it back to the ancient, but they like to say ancient or people of iniquity. They won't say that these people were darker hue people, whether it mattered or not. They didn't even care if they were darker hue. This whole white and black thing didn't come up until years later. But that, they have taken astrology and numerology and all these tarot and all that kind of stuff and taking it for themselves, which I'm not angry with, but at least be honest, because when they was in the mountains, they didn't know anything about this stuff. They didn't know, they was taught.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
and I want to say that there is some clue as to how to find our way back to the African origins of it. And I think that is through studying the Indian Vedic astrology.
Right.
Because Vedic astrology is much more closely aligned to the ways and the cosmologies of Africans.
Yes.
And it's likely that a lot of that information that came through the Vedic system began earlier in the ancient African system. So that's one clue. And then you had asked another question. You had said a two-part, and I was going to answer the second part of your question.
You mean when I was speaking about I probably forgot. I got intrigued about the answer that you're throwing out there. But I had another question anyway. Okay. So because a lot of people talk about the sidereal.
Yes, that's what Vedic astrology is based on.
Right. And what's the difference between what you do and what they are teaching in that sense?
Well, it's a lot of math, but basically the orbit and the rotation of planets, especially the Earth, rotates to a mathematical formula. And it turns out that if you use the exact formula, the Earth's rotation with the sun tilts just enough so that it changes our relationship to the planets. And so there are mathematical calculations that the sidereal astrologers use, which bring about sometimes different planetary signs for the planets. And you have to be able to understand which system you're working in, because if you don't, you'll be confused. But one is on the exact scientific numbers,
right?
And the other one, the tropical system, is based on the cycle that begins in the spring of each year. So that's always the beginning of Aries, and late September is always the beginning of October in the tropical system. And so the tropical system is based on following the natural order of signs through the months beginning in spring.
Okay. And do you which one do you rather use? Do you ever try to dabble into the sidereal, or would you?
Okay, I'll tell you honestly.
Okay.
For making predictions, Vedic astrology is best. Vedic astrology can make all sorts of amazing predictions about what kind of career you're going to have, what kind of spouse you're going to have, what's the best date to get married. Vedic astrology is great for that. But if you want to understand the deeper depths of what a soul is wrestling with and how the soul can take its challenges and turn them into triumphs, then the Western tropical system is better for that.
Okay.
So it just depends on what your orientation is.
Right. And would you suggest to newcomers in this to study it all, or what would you say would be the basics that people should study first before they go deeper, please?
You just have to go with what you're drawn to, because
what you're drawn to,
kids
exactly.
today, especially young people today, are just so smart.
Yes.
And so, they have to go to the one that feels right. And then, once you get in, it's like The Godfather and the mafia. Once you get into astrology, you can't get out. How Michael Corleone said, the third one, I thought I was out and they pulled me back in.
And even if you try to get out, you'll still be looking at certain things and paying attention to certain things. It's just like numbers. You just can't. You just don't pay attention to certain things. And I got friends of mine that are Christian or religious people, and they'll send me all kinds of texts talking about, I just seen 444, 44. Right. But I'm like, Google that up and then relate it to yourself and what it pertained to, as far as, and both sides. Look at both sides of unicorn.
Exactly.
I really want people to live their life. I don't
Exactly.
want people to always keep on. I'm grateful for people to come to me, but because it's from a numerology perspective, I see it as a GPS and a guidance system, just like I see astrology. But I see astrology as a little bit more in depth because of the longitude and latitude that y'all have to find out and go through the whole, the whole breakdown, and that's why I always send people to astrologers if they can't, if they just want to get a quick bird's eye view of what I got to offer. Boom, 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 bap. That's what I got you. But if you want to get even deeper into your houses and all that, guess what? Astrology got you. That's why, I always commended Lloyd for being an astro-numerologist. I like the astro-numerology, but I would stay more on the numbers. That's why I created Numerovation, because it gives me some quick things that they can deal with right now, and probably for the next 10 years,
Exactly.
and keep it moving,
Exactly.
and you said something around me and Lloyd that time about when he did your numbers. And you found out there was a whole lot of sevens in your chart, in your name, and that kind of rang a bell to you. It caught your eye. And why was that? Because you didn't understand something about certain things with the numbers and what it was.
In the Chaldean system, I have 4 sevens, but in the Pythagorean system, I don't have any.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
So it's a great contrast. And
yes,
when Lloyd told me about the Chaldean system and he did my numbers through Chaldean, it spoke to a lot of things that I never had answers to. So it was a beautiful awakening. I thank Lloyd because he's that bright, energetic awakener, and I'm always inspired when I hear him talk about anything that has to do with spirituality and numerology and astrology. He's a genius.
Yes, definitely one of my favorites, of course. And what's so funny with the Chaldean is like it's so interesting because you would consider that like if you study Vedic numerology, that's similar.
Exactly.
What I'm saying? Because you can tell where they all connected.
Exactly.
And then so that's why I like, because it gives you that precise. And when you deal with Chaldean, you're dealing with a lot of symbolism, and you're dealing with a lot of signs, symbolism, and sound. And then you keeping the double numbers intact because you have to pay attention. And that's what I try to tell people: study it all, but make sure you do your study and stay comfortable where you're at. And that's what's important. And Lloyd would say that they're like cousins, the astrology and numerology is like,
absolutely,
and I've been a witness to that. Now, what have been some of the challenges that you found in doing sessions with people, as far as especially new people that's coming to find out about who they are and what they can be through their sign? What are some of the challenges that you've seen and experienced through this time?
Honestly, if I have a correct birth time and my chart is right, you can't hide from me.
Exactly.
So the only time there's some confusion or any challenges with the client is if the birth time is not right, and then there's discrepancies over how things are described. But if the birth time is correct, you can't hide.
That's right. Now, when it deals with relationship, what is it that you particularly look for in a relationship? Like, okay, say, like my Venus is Pisces. What would I look for in getting a queen or empress as far as in relationship if my Venus is Pisces?
You want someone who has their moon in a water sign. So you want a woman who has a feeling in her heart that's similar to the way that you love with your Venus. There's that need for that connection, and so you want someone whose moon sign is in a water sign to go with that water sign, highly sensitive, highly emotional Venus that you have.
That's interesting. And of course, numbers is different because we be looking at all types of stuff. But it's interesting because when I found out that at one point my father said I was born at 8:09 p.m. But my mother said I was born 8:09 a.m. And I'm like, wait a minute, I came out of your womb. You should know what time this is. He's saying p.m. because he didn't make it to the hospital anyway. So, but she's saying a.m. And I had to go along with the a.m. And that's where that Pisces in the 12th house in Venus, that's where it landed.
I can see that. Yeah, I go with that one. I feel that about you. Yes, absolutely.
And that's the feel you get from me.
Absolutely, I go with that one.
Oh wow! So when you deal with couples, you do a lot of compatibility sessions with people.
Not only compatibility, but there's another chart that I use called the composite chart. The composite chart will actually tell you what the purpose of the relationship is, not just how well they get along or not, but what the actual purpose of the two people is when they get together. And what kind of life they're going to have together.
Talk about that composite chart. I mean,
yep, it's where you take one person's chart and you take the other person's chart and you find the midpoints in the planets between those charts, and you create a chart based on those midpoints. And that results in this symbolism that says when two people are together, it's no longer two individuals, one and two. Right. There's a third entity that is the actual couple. And so the, astrology has a chart for the actual union of the two, and that describes why you're together and where you're headed.
Wow. See, that's what I'm talking about. I guess I would have been able to handle my ex-wives well, or I would not have married them. Anyway, it is what it is.
I have turned down many opportunities based on birth dates.
I'm sure.
Nah, based on this information, thanks. I'm good.
That saved your life a lot. Saved you a lot of drama, right?
Absolutely.
And and even when I was married, I wasn't into numbers that deeply. I was just in and dabbling and all that, and I could have done that and got it. But what's so interesting, with Lloyd, when Lloyd broke down my chart in numerology and astrology, he said your most challenging months are January, May, and October. And January, May, and October were the women that took me to child support. So I'm like, oh! So if I would have knew that,
exactly,
I probably wouldn't have been dealing with anybody in January, May. That could be a challenge. Either they'll challenge you to be your best or challenge you to be your worst.
Astrology would tell you every detail of that.
Wow.
Every detail. It would let you know what specifically is not working and why it's not working and what you could possibly do to fix it or not.
Right. Yeah, man, look, I know my egos was crazy back in the day, so I know what that was, especially because I was chasing down the entertainment and going back into entertainment and all that stuff. And it was just crazy. But yeah, a lot of healing is being done, sir.
Yes.
Like that.
I totally understand. I'm a musician.
Exactly, because I was a musician too, but I was also in the club life. And you can tell my energy is like, I'm going the same day as Rick James, so I'm crazy. So you know what it is. I know I'll be telling on myself, but it's all good. I ain't afraid of that. But
Rick is the truth,
man. He is the truth. And I was watching Life, the movie, and I didn't know he acted in the movie Life.
I didn't know he was a 3.
Huh?
I didn't know he was a 3.
Yeah. Who Rick?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's born February 1st.
You're 1, yeah.
I'm born February 1st. Yeah, I'm born February 1st. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that. So yeah, he's definitely a 1. He has that vibration.
Yes.
Everything he did was that. Wow.
Right. His alignment number is a 3 because when you add the 2 plus that 1, that's the 3 pinnacle alignment. So that's why music was so predominant in his life. That whole entertainment, that whole thing, that 3 energy is musical. So I got it. You know what I'm saying? So I was in that. That's what I was doing in the early parts of my life, music and all that. So every time I listened to Fire and Desire, I said, "Damn, that's me."
And it's funny you mentioned that aspect of the 3 being in your numerology chart, because I have a 3 in my chart too.
Yes.
And so I guess that would be the numerological answer to why the music is so.
But you also got a master number.
That's in my birth date.
Yeah, in the birthday, yeah, you see the alignment, the pinnacle number adds up to 29, which is 11. Boom, I see the master numbers, which is so ironic because you and Sri Master Gano Grills is born the same day, and he has a mastery at what he does. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's now Sri Master Gano Grills, actor and entertainer, did all his thing. So yeah, so I seen that from when
I'm not familiar with him. Can you tell me?
Yeah, definitely. I'll tell you. His website is galacticus.com, and he was just on Billy Carson's show, and he was in the movie with LL Cool J years ago. I think I forgot what the name of that movie, but LL was playing God back in those days.
And we share the same birthday.
You and him share the same birthday. You and Gano Grills, yes. Sri Master Gano Grills, yeah. Good brother, man. Good brother. Excellent information. Spiritual teacher, and he be dropping a lot of wisdom. And but yeah, so y'all got some powerful energy, and and what's so funny about that is that you shine light on things, and that number 19 in tarot or in compound numerology is the number of the sun that shines light. It's supposed to shine light on things.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, I'm good at this.
It's the 19, Carol?
The 19. It's in my book too. You got my book. It's in the number 19. I break down that too in the book.
As the sun.
Yeah, it's in tarot. It's the sun. If you look at it, it's the sun. Yeah, it's the sun, and then there's the number of the Prince of Heaven, the royal prince or princess of heaven. So you're destined to do royal things if you don't second guess yourself and become indecisive. You got to maintain that discipline. That's what the master number is there for you, to guide that. That's why I call that in cosmic numerology, that 29 that you have, which is an 11. That's where your alignment or your achievement, or some may call it the pinnacle. That's what you're supposed to be aligning with, using your spiritual guides as your master. So you've always been intuitive since you was young. Always been intuitive. You picked up on things through your dreams and all kinds of stuff, according to what I see in the numbers. Wow. If I'm making any sense.
It's beautiful to hear, especially that the 19-1 is identified with the sun card.
Yes.
I had an amazing experience with the tarot last week, and I'm not making this up. I haven't even said this publicly before, but if it's okay, I'd like to say it publicly here.
Please, no problem.
So I did some plant medicine.
I'm about to do that too. Go ahead, brother. Why you now? Tell me about it.
and it revealed to me some things about myself and my journey.
Wow.
And it was a lot to take in and absorb. So I came home and I asked the tarot for one card. Just give me one card that will specifically be my symbol for how to digest all these experiences with the plant medicine and with all of these questions that have been floating in the air. So give me one card. So I shuffled a lot of times to make sure my energy was on it. And the card, and I
laid it out. Right.
I cut the deck and put it back, and then I picked the card, and the card that came up was the sun card.
That's your number. That's the card in the tarot. Yeah, the 19. Yeah, that's it. You born on the 19th. No coinkydink.
That it just blew my mind.
Wow. Congratulations.
It just blew my mind that I asked for the one symbol that's going to validate these experiences.
That's right.
And to let me see that this is the essence of it, and that it's real. What is that one card? And it was the sun card. And
you remember in numerology, the sun is ruled by the number 1. Remember that. That is the number 1 card. So 19 equals 10. 10 is 1. It is. And then 10 itself. That's why I do. A lot of people like to break down the numbers, but if you look at all of them, you see 19, which is the sun. You see the 10, which is the wheel of fortune, and then the leadership. So in order for you to accomplish the leadership, you have to shine light on things. Then you have to be decisive about your wheel and your fortune, and then it will lead you where you got to go. See, that's how I explain it. That's the story I have to tell.
Love that.
I got to do it. What's the name? Born on the 19th also, but not October. Smokey Robinson. He born February 19th. And you see that in him.
And so when you say the 19 is be decisive, and then the 9.
Yeah, because I'm looking at 19, 10, and then 1, where most numerologists will just break it all down to 1. No. And then I look at the Greek philosophy, 1 and 9, it says whatever you start, alpha, you got to finish 9, omega, you got to complete. I'm looking at all, that's why I say look at numbers from a holistic, thanks to Dr. Africa. He told me to look at numbers from a holistic perspective. And that's why I study multiple systems to get a full picture. You know,
I love it. I love that.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, right?
Are you referencing Dr. Layla Africa?
Yes, I stayed with him numerous times. Stayed in his house. He published my books. He published
that's so beautiful.
Before he passed on. Yeah, he published my books.
I used to see him all the time in the West End in Atlanta.
You remember at the Soul Vegetarian upstairs?
At the Soul Vegetarian, and at the there was a spot.
Serenanda?
No, yes, but the 700 that was on the West End down the street.
Yeah, he used to go there. Yeah, all the time.
It's called. I forgot the name of it, but dang, I'm sorry.
Wadada. He goes to Wadada.
Yes.
Well, that's one of his students. Wadada's sister's like that, and she born the same day he's born.
Yes.
Sister from Wadada. Yeah, they born the same day.
And then Dr. Tates was around during Stephen Tates was around.
Yeah, Stephen Tates. Wow. Yeah. I used to come down with him. A lot. Watch his back and just be doing security, just watching him, making sure because that's where I come from. That the Nation of Islam stuff. Yeah. But it's so There's
the brothers in the nation that got me. I'm a vegetarian. I'm a lifelong vegetarian because brothers who were friends of mine who were in the FOI.
Yes. Oh, wow. Right here in New York, in Georgia?
In Los Angeles.
In Los Angeles. Oh, 27. From 27 then. That's my number 27. That's where you was at? Because Khalid was over there back in the day. Dr.
Yes,
Khalid.
Exactly.
That's my boy. Yeah, Dr. Khalid was my boy. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Man, now I don't want to. I know we go running out of time. I don't want to keep you so that none of my people could have made it tonight. So it's all right. Don't worry about that.
I'm good. We can talk as long as you want to.
No, yeah, I try to keep it for an hour, probably a little bit over. But going back and I want family. I know me and him was getting into we conversing over the phone. We just talking because he's asking me questions. So, but this is Brother Lorenzo Sanford. Yeah, we could go there. We want. Some of my good friends are Libra. Some of my best friends and family members. My sister's a Libra. So we can go there. But he's our guest. He's also an astrologer, musician, teacher. We're not going to ask for people to put their sign up. I want y'all to do a consultation with him. I want y'all to do a consult. As you can see, he's very serious about what he does. If you want even music lessons and all that, virtual music lessons, whatever you want to do. He's out. You're in Georgia, right? You're in Atlanta, right? You're in
Atlanta, yeah.
Yeah, because I moved to Stone Mountain Village, so I'm here. So I'm out.
We do things by Skype and Zoom especially all the time.
Right.
So
Okay,
we can talk to people anywhere they are.
Right. And I just want to remind people before we shut it down that this is his book, family. And like I said to people, I got the man's book. It's a good book, easy read, not just for adults, but for children. It's an easy read. And it got pictures. See, people love pictures. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful pictures. Who did the artwork? Because you got some beautiful artwork in here, man.
My mother-in-law.
Ooh, let's give her a round of applause. Stop playing mommy-in-law. Let's give her a round of applause. Man, are you serious? Mother-in-law. Oh my goodness. Keep it in the family.
Her name is Vivian McDuffie.
Vivian what? McDuffie?
Yeah, it's in the book under the illustrations.
Yes.
Vivian McDuffie, and she can be reached at viviantheartist.com.
I mean, family.
The artwork is really beautiful.
Look at the Virgo. This is the Virgo energy. Look at the Virgo art. Look at that. Oh, and when I seen the Aquarius, I said, oh. I said, wait a minute, mama ain't playing. My friend Felicia's up here. She's a Virgo. I had to show her that picture because I seen it. And here's the Aquarius. The Aquarius and the Pisces art is nice. Yeah. The water bearer here. Look at that art. Man, look at the beauty of that. Pour water, yo. Pour water.
Amazing.
And she is wonderful. Matter of fact, I want to interview her.
Absolutely. Let's get her on.
I might have to do some graphics with her because I got some children's book that I got coming out. So I need some graphic artists for that.
Absolutely.
So let's connect because I definitely want to do some graphics. And I like how her art is warm. And it's warm and soothing to the soul, because when you turn it's not like this. It's like, yo, it just comes, it gradually like hugs your face. Like, okay,
yes,
you all right. When's her birthday? When's your
She's Virgo, September 22nd.
That's my sister's birthday. That's my sister's birthday, my other sister. She born September 22nd. She used to be on Kiss FM in New York City as a gospel radio host. So she's a life coach now. But yeah, wow. That is interesting. Master number 2. Yeah, she definitely a master at what she does. She definitely. I'm looking at it. I love the artwork. I'm telling you. I said, man, because when I first got the book, I went to the tape, went back to the table and started looking. I said, whoa, this artwork is tight.
It is. It's amazing. I'm so lucky to have it. I'm so lucky and blessed.
Yeah, and that's your mother-in-law. That's fantastic. Hey, please, Felicia, please get the book. The book is a powerful. Felicia's on here. She's born August 27th, so big up to her. She's a Virgo too, you know. So again, the brother here, our brother, we had Lorenzo Sanford on, musician, astrologer, teacher, and author of the book. And this is your first book. Is that correct? It's your first. It's
my first. I got a long way to go to catch up with you.
I'm doing 4, but I'm going to write 10 and I'm done. I'm finished. But my son knows, you know what I said? Because I said it to my son. I said, look, one of my sons, I said, look, I'm writing 10 books and then I'm out of here. I'm out of this realm after this. He said, don't write too fast, Dad. I said, okay, I won't write too fast. So big up to his Pisces self.
Yes, indeed. I love that.
So he showed the love. So any closing words you want to say to the family and as far as what's going on for 2022, what you see as far as from an astrological perspective? Let's close out with that, brother. Please.
Well, I just want everyone to remember we are a part of nature. You can't separate yourself from nature. And so you can look to nature for a lot of signals about how to live successfully. It's okay to have things, but we also have to live in cycles. And so astrology is the best use of understanding and utilizing cycles for your benefit. It's knowing who you are at the deepest level and coming to know and accept that, all of yourself, the dark and the light side. And once you do that, you begin to have more compassion and empathy for what exists in other people, because you see that you have both, and so other people have to have both. You learn to negotiate, you learn to work with, you learn to accept, you learn to understand life in its many different avenues and dimensions, because everyone is different, and so everyone is bringing us a different angle on life.
Yes. Now, one more thing. I want to show a picture of you first, and then I want you to think what's the first thing that comes to mind when you see this picture that I show you. All right, it's the first thing that comes to mind.
Floating.
That's a powerful picture with you, the drum, and that front ground there is powerful, brother.
That's my backyard.
Oh, what y'all talk about? Are your backyard not? Weird. You gonna bring out the Jamaican in me? What? That's nice. Which part of Atlanta is that? I never seen nothing like that out here. I'm still out here in Stone Mountain.
That's my backyard.
That's beautiful, brother. I got to come out there one day, man. We got to do a whole fair or something.
Yes, you do. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. You're welcome, man.
Now that I just moved, I've been here almost a month now, so it's a beautiful. I love it. I like I'm in the back. My backyard is like trees and all kinds of stuff. I'm about to climb trees, learn how to climb and scale trees myself. So I want to do things that when I was a child that, and let me tell you something. Let me tell you and the audience, last 2 years ago, for New Year's, I went out. I was in Florida, and I went to the park, and my spirit said, "Go on the swings and swing like you used to do as a child." And sure enough, I just started crying because I remember those good times. It just brought back that euphoric energy and imagination, because we used to swing and then jump off the swings and jump on the gate. They didn't have no gate over there. It was a lake. I didn't want to jump in the lake. So I said, let me just jump. I just jumped off of there and just landed like Spider-Man. And I was like, wow, I'm 50-something years old now, still doing this stuff. So it brought me back to when I was 10 and 8 and all those ages there. So people, go back into your imagination. Don't ever, like Les Brown would say, one of my teachers, don't ever lose your childlike attitude, because that's where your imagination and your manifestation is. Because we used to sit down and just have dolls and toys and all that and imagine a whole world. We need to go back to that and then take the guides from astrology and numerology and work towards it. because that's where your gifts are still dormant and still there for you. But some of us keep on being indecisive. Some of us are fearful, and everything you want is on the other side of fear. Everything you want. I'm telling you, the love you want, the person you want, the house you want, the guy, the teachers, all of that is on the other side of fear. All you have to do is overcome that false expectation appearing real. That's all you have to do. And but Lorenzo, I want to thank you very much, brother, for allowing me to interview you and bring you on my show here. My journey is my journey, because I've been on shows, but this is a part of the journey as far as I'm concerned.
I'm so thankful for the opportunity. I appreciate you and respect you. You're gifted, and when I saw you express your gift, I knew that we had to be connected. So thank you so much, and I hope we can keep in touch and keep doing some things together.
Oh man, brother, I got some venues out here. I'm ready to do some metaphysics stuff, man. Let me show you. This I got something for 2022, since that's the triple W, which I call angle numbers, not just angels, is what angle you take. I'm going to be honoring the ancestors up here in Stone Mountain, because the Confederates are trying to mess this place up, but it's really spiritual work that needs to be done up here. So I'm going to bring the health, wealth, and metaphysics on the Mountain of Stone. Stone Mountain is the largest exposed crystal in the world. You got to put this energy out there. You got to use the crystal. We ain't using it. It's ours. Let's do it.
Yes.
Let me tell you, and I said this before, the first time I stayed here in a while, because this is a friend of mine's place, and she lives in New York and let me stay here. And let me tell you, I was feeding the plants and feeding the trees and giving them hugs and stuff. But that night, the trees became part of every wooden furniture in the house and came reaching for me. So I know there's some ancestral calling, and I didn't move here yet. This is like a month or two months ago. And then when I said, you know what, I got to make this move. Something I got to do. I got things to do in Georgia. So that's why that's why I'm here. And even Lloyd is thinking about moving down here. So guess what? We're gonna see how energy's gonna be in Georgia.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So I love and respect you. Of course, I honor and respect your wife, who I met at Tassili's thing, the event today. And I want to thank all of you. Hopefully we could all have some dinner while I'm out here. Let's do what we got to do, meet up and plan some events around the place, because they need to hear what you have to offer, just like they need to hear what I have to offer. We could all do this as a team and do what we got to do to make it happen out here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Much respect. Much respect
to you, man. Again, people, give them a round of applause. Everybody put the number 1 in the chat. Put number 1 in the chat. Put the number El Numero Uno, my friend. Put the number 1 in the chat right now. And hook everybody up, because this is the book. This is the book. This is the book. This is the book. He's a talented artist. Check that out. He got the music. The music is available right now. Go on Spotify. Great music. Ain't no rules to love. I'm telling you. Featuring Tony Hightower and Natasha Brown. Lot of mercy. My brother. Love you, man. You be safe, all right?
Love you too. Thank you,
my
man.
brother. Thank you. That's our brother. That was our brother. That was our brother from another mother and father. The one, the only Lorenzo Sanford. Yes, man, that was fun. I had a good time. Whew. That's definitely a family member there. Now he's a family member. Look like one of my cousins. That's why too. So gotta big him up. Let me get my music on. Let me play my music. Oh, y'all don't know what's going on. I'm about to get on out of here. Woo. All right. Lot of mercy. Y'all don't know what it is. It's your brother King Simon doing what I love to do, and I do it the best when it comes to me. I am the El Numero Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, Numerovation in the world, baby. Motivating you with your numbers connected to your birthday and your name. Remember, this coming Sunday, we have this beautiful sister coming in. She's a Pisces spirit, born under that 17 energy, man. I'm telling you, she is born under the legacy leaving number in tarot, 17. So she will be here. I told you the Kardashians shouted her out on IG. because they're using her soap to wash their ass. Excuse my language, but it's just what it is. So big up to Paris Williams. She's a celebrity soap maker, and she's going to show you how to make your own soap. But we're going to talk about her tarot. We're going to talk about her soap. She's a tarot consultant also. She uses the cards and break it down, and she did a nice reading for me today. So big up to her and all that she does. But we're going to have her here on the 26th of December. So make sure y'all look out for that at 8 p.m. because she's born on the 17th, and 1 + 7 = 8. Don't forget my partners in fives wasn't able to make it, but it's all good. I still love them. Sensei Sherly and Sister NuJurney. We're going to do what we got to do with them, too. Make sure they're up here and doing their thing. They got big products about to come out also, so look out for that. Don't forget my sister, Sensei Sherly. She is also working with health insurance. Remember, go get your health insurance because it's a difference between sitting on a bench or laying on a bed. Believe that if you don't have health insurance. I'm trying to help you take care of yourself. And this is only through the New York tri-state area. Serious inquiries. All right? Serious inquiries only. Just because she's beautiful, don't try to hit her up. Just stop playing. All right, now hook this sister up. This is the Better Health Shop. These people got monatomic gold. They got the one, the only colloidal silver. They got burdock root, all that stuff for your health. Make sure you go to their website, and the website just happens to be betterhealthshop.etsy.com. That's betterhealthshop.etsy.com. And you could call them for consultation at 1-800-820-7822. That's 1-800-820-7822. Tell them King Simon sent you, and they'll take care of you. All right. Don't forget, if you are an author and you want to write your books and you want some editing, this sister can hook you up. I know everybody got a book in them because everybody is a walking book. Give her a call at 914-361-9467. That's 914-361-9467. And don't forget, family, check out my girl, Pedal Wise. Pedal Wise is in the mother flipping building. If you got fibroid problems, you got head injuries, you got internal injuries or inflammation, this sister got some products for your backside to hook you up. All you have to do is go to pedalwise.com and use the 10% off discount code, and they will hook you up. King 2021 is the discount code. You know what it is. And of course, gotta big up my teacher, the one, the only Lorenzo Sanford. I'll be on his show on the 29th. We're going to break down the year in 2022, but I'm going to come from a whole different numerovational perspective about how to motivate and stay activated with your numbers. I'm telling you. So we're going to be on his show on the 29th of this month. And I think Kaya French is going to be there. Jackie is going to be there. My brother Brandon is going to be there. So that's going to be big. So make sure y'all tune into that on the 29th of December. Okay. 2 and 9 = 11. That's a master number. We're going to drop it masterfully. I believe that. Don't forget, if you want some realty in New York City, they can hook you up. My beautiful sister named Janelle Lewis. Give her a call at 347-866-1153. If you're looking for your first home, your first house, your first apartment, this sister can hook you up, especially if you live in the New York City tri-state area and you want some land upstate or something. Go hook that up with Janelle. And if you want to take my class, I got an 8-hour course right now online for $222.22. 2 links, 9 phases, but it's 8 hours, baby. You get to watch it at your leisure. All you have to do is hit me up, email me, DM me, do all you got to do, but you're going to get this course, or you can wait till it come on Udemy and you're only going to get 3 parts. That's it, period. All right, but look out for this. Get my book. Purchase all of my books through Linktree right now. That's Linktree/King Simon the Numerator. That's Linktree/King Simon the Numerator. And don't forget, if you want to do a numerovation session with me, remember, I'm about motivating you with your numbers. So please text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. Remember, the study of numbers is applied mathematics. Learn how to apply your numbers, and they will guide you. Believe that. I do have a long waiting list, so please be patient with me, and then I'll hook you up when you're patient. All right. Content disclaimer. Gotta say this, family, is all about watching your backside. Pause. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Also, another disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So my family, got to get on out of here. I've been so blessed and happy to be with y'all. Please share, like, because you know we like to do what we like. We're going to close out with prayer. Those who want to stay with us for prayer, we're going to pray out with Delbert Blair's prayer, because Delbert Blair was one of those original metaphysics teachers that dropped it hot for us. And if you want to continue to support Dr. Delbert Blair's legacy, guess what? This is his website. Go to www.themetacenter2.com. That's www.themetacenter2.com. He has his 4 books on there. Got the Faraday tech. He got the magnets. He got the diodes. He got all of that. Give him a hookup. Give him a call. Give Tony a call, because Tony is keeping the legacy alive for Dr. Delbert Blair. Oh, yeah. So let's get ready to close out for this prayer now, family. This is the prayer. Everybody take a deep breath. Let me turn down this music. Take a deep breath. Turn down this music. Let me turn off my camera. You don't need to see anything in the background, because I'm about to close out anyway. Family, this is a very important prayer, because this is a prayer of unification of our people. And Dr. Blair required us to say it like every Tuesday all over the world at 12 noon. But he also, matter of fact, let me read what he said. I got the paper right here that he gave us years ago. I'm gonna show y'all that. I'm gonna show you what he said. Before I say these prayers, I want to show it to you, so y'all know I'm not front. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing games. This is what Dr. Blair is right here. This is the original prayer that Dr. Blair gave us all at the lectures back in the day. I still got my copy. Look at that. I still got my copy. It's wrinkled, and some of them I got my older. But he says, join millions of others. Recite this prayer at 12 noon and at sunset daily. It may also be recited anytime you feel the need for mental and spiritual strength. Directed prayer via concentrated mental focusing will create a spiritual calmness and balance, which will strengthen your physical immune system. Whoa! I forgot that he had put this in the reading. He says, we fight not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and spiritual wickedness in high places. Dr. Blair wrote this on the bottom of this particular post, this particular flyer. So look, this prayer is over 10 to 15 years old. I've been bringing Dr. Blair in for like 10 years before he transitioned, and he gave it to us the first time I brought him in. And he said, for the immune system, to strengthen your physical immune system. And look what we're going through now. Dr. Blair was on it. Dr. Blair was on it. He said it right here on the bottom of it. He said this prayer, he said, directed prayer via concentrated mental focusing will create a spiritual calmness and balance, which will strengthen your physical immune system. Dr. Blair was on it. 15 years ago, 10 to 15 years ago, he was on it. So everybody, let's get this prayer right. Let's get this prayer right. Come on, family. Let's do it. Let's do this prayer. Everybody get ready to take a deep breath. Man, Dr. Blair was on it, man. I didn't know. I forgot all about that part of it. I usually just show the first part of it, but everybody could take a snapshot of this so you can say it for yourself daily, whether you say it at noon or sunset or sunrise or whatever you want to say it. Say it 3 times a day: sunset, sunrise, noon, and sunset. Say it daily. So take a snapshot of it. This is called Please Use a Universal Creator. So we're going to say it. Take a deep breath. Relax. Take a deep breath again. Relax. One more time. Take a deep breath. Hold it. Relax. Let it go. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth and your love now. Let's say it one more time. Since my team is not here, we usually say it 3 times in our own voices, but I'm going to say this one more time in a unified manner. Please, Universal Creator, know in our hearts that we love you. Please protect us and this planet on which we live now. Please open our minds, our spirits, and our souls to receive only truth and your love now. Thank you, Dr. Blair. Thank you, Dr. Blair. Thank you, Dr. Blair. Family, have a great day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you may be, all 196,940,000 square miles of this planet Earth. And like Marcus Mosiah Garvey says, up you mighty nation, you could accomplish what you will. And like Dr. Khalid Muhammad used to say, regardless of land, label, or language, there is but one God. Stay at peace, family. Don't forget, this coming Sunday, the 26th, we have Paris Williams. Peace and love. Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com. That's KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numerovator. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for mental stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com. Go now.